This
Hey,
is Heidi here at Piano Marble. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Awesome. Well,
Staying healthy.
good. I'm glad. Yeah, that's a big thing these days.
You bet.
Very good. Well, it's great to meet you and to see you in person.
hmm
I guess
You
over
also.
Zoom. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to know a little bit about you before we get started in the purpose of this interview. So, are you a piano teacher, Kirk, or do you just
Yes.
like to play the piano? Okay. Will
Yep.
you give us some background?
Okay. I have my master's in piano performance, University of Northern Colorado in Greeley School of Music.
That's where I went.
And
Go Bears.
yeah, there you go. Oh, you're Greeley also?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. And I teach at a junior college, community college in Athens, Texas.
Okay.
I've been
Very
doing
good.
that now. This is my 40th year.
Wow. Yeah, long time. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Very good. Do you teach privately as well?
Yes, yeah. It's mainly music majors that are not piano skilled, and so a lot of remedial stuff. But we found Piano Marvel to be amazing. The sight
Awesome.
reading stuff and both the technique and the method help them out a lot.
Yeah. So they're getting ready for their piano proficiency exams, probably.
There you go. Exactly.
Okay.
Right.
Awesome. Well, that's great. Thank you for using
Yeah.
Piano Marvel and for
hmm
introducing it to your students. And, that's why it was created. My husband
Yeah.
was actually teaching at a university, teaching class piano during his master's and doctorate work as a teaching assistant. And it was so hard for him to teach students that were beginning students at one end.
Right.
And the other end, you had these more advanced, or at least they had some experience with piano, and then try to teach in the middle. And you just kind of lose the attention of, the other two ends. So
Yeah, it
anyway,
becomes almost like a video game for them. So it's not quite as tedious as saying, well, spend the majority of your lifetime in a practice room and try to learn this. They can actually engage with a computer,
yeah,
and get the skills that way.
yeah, and teach a whole classroom of people at their own level.
Correct.
Yeah, and
Yes.
that's where the dream started, I guess. So
Yeah.
that's awesome. I'm glad you're utilizing it that way. So, Kirk, we were so impressed with you during the Christmas challenge.
Oh,
You worked and worked and worked. You said 2,036 songs you completed in the Christmas challenge.
yeah. Yeah. And
That
I
is
was sick
awesome.
the last week. So I could see everybody else starting to catch up to me. And I thought, oh my gosh, I'm gonna lose out at not any fault of my own. But
Oh,
yeah, I ended up getting, I don't know if it was COVID or not, but yeah, it knocked me out for a week. So I just
that's a
kind of
bummer.
sat back and went, well, it'll be what it'll be.
That's
But I'll tell you,
amazing,
I
though.
didn't start out even thinking about doing that. It was something to do while my students were working. So then I started taking off on it, and then it got to the point where I went, okay,
You were
now
motivated.
now it's on.
Awesome. Well, we're glad you took the challenge. I'm sorry you got sick at the end,
Oh
but
well,
you won anyway. Like you
yes.
blew everybody out of the water in the individual division.
Well, there was
We
one that caught up right toward the end who I didn't even think was. I mean, she came out of nowhere.
Yeah,
I don't remember who.
Adrian.
Yes, I
Yeah,
don't. And she, I think she was 400 behind
yeah.
the
She
last
did
time I
get
had
close.
checked, and then boom, she was right up on top. So
Yeah,
yeah,
she got
kudos to her too.
yeah, she got motivated there at the end too. And I've
Right.
actually done an interview with her too, so you'll have to check that out
Oh, cool.
when it
Okay,
goes out.
I'll do that.
Yeah, but yeah, she did well as well. But we were super impressed with you guys, and just love to hear what motivates you and what made this a fun competition for you to get you moving the way you did.
Well, like I say, it started out just being something to do while my students were working, and then
Yeah.
it got to the point where I thought I've got to push through this. So then I was only doing it a couple hours a week, and then it got to the point where every spare minute that I had, I would go in and sit down and work at it. And so I wanted to. It helps having a gauge. So you're increasing and you're moving along, and then I see I've got a gap. So then you kind of sit back for a little bit and see what happens. And then
Yeah.
okay, they're catching up, so it's time to kick it into gear and do more work. But yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed doing it. I can see myself doing more of them as they're released.
Good. Yeah, that's awesome. Well, thank you for meeting with me today,
You bet.
sharing, your enthusiasm and everything that you're doing for the music education and industry field. And we appreciate you and your efforts there.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you all too.
Yeah. Have a great day.
All right, you too. Take care.
Okay. Bye.
Bye bye.